Get ready, folks. A blast of Arctic air is headed straight for New York, bringing with it the coldest temperatures we've seen in years. This isn't your average cold snap, this is a full-on Arctic invasion. This massive weather system is bringing frigid air straight from the Arctic Circle, sending temperatures plummeting across much of the United States. New York City and the surrounding areas are right in the crosshairs of this icy surge. So bundle up, New York. This is going to be one for the record books. Stay tuned for more updates and stay warm. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this Arctic blast is bringing some seriously frigid temperatures. We're talking sub-zero readings, even in areas that aren't used to seeing the mercury dip that low. The Northeast, including New York City, can expect temperatures to plummet well below zero, especially during the overnight and early morning hours. The Midwest is also in for a shock, with places like the Ohio Valley bracing for some of the coldest temperatures they've experienced in decades. This is serious cold, folks, the kind that can freeze exposed skin in a matter of minutes. So, if you have to be outside, make sure you're bundled up from head to toe. As if the sub-zero temperatures weren't bad enough, this Arctic blast is also bringing with it some seriously brutal wind chills. These wind chills are going to make it feel even colder than the actual temperature, and they're going to be widespread. We're talking wind chills that could reach as low as 30 to 40 degrees below zero in some areas, folks. That's cold enough to cause frostbite in a matter of minutes. Even areas as far south as the Gulf Coast and Florida Peninsula are going to feel the bite of these wind chills. This is not the time to be messing around with the cold. Take the wind chill warnings seriously and dress in layers to protect yourself. This Arctic blast isn't just about the cold, folks. It's also bringing the potential for some snow and ice. The combination of cold air and moisture is a recipe for winter weather, and this system is packing both. We're not expecting a major snowstorm with this system, but we could see some accumulating snow in certain areas. The bigger concern is the potential for freezing rain and ice. Even a small amount of ice can make roads and sidewalks incredibly slippery, creating hazardous travel conditions. So if you have to be out and about during this cold snap, take it slow and be extra cautious. Black ice can be especially dangerous as it's often difficult to see. Section 5. Travel disruptions expected. As we brace for the upcoming Arctic blast, it's crucial to be prepared for significant travel disruptions. This weather event is expected to bring a mix of snow, ice, and extremely cold temperatures, which will undoubtedly impact various modes of transportation. With the combination of snow, ice, and bitter cold, it's safe to say that this Arctic blast is going to cause some travel headaches. The heavy snowfall will blanket city streets, making it difficult for both pedestrians and drivers to navigate safely. Icy roads will add another layer of danger, requiring everyone to exercise extra caution. Airlines are already anticipating delays and cancellations, so if you have travel plans, it's a good idea to check with your airline to see if your flight is affected. Long lines at check-in counters and crowded terminals are expected, as passengers scramble to rebook flights or find alternative travel arrangements. It's advisable to arrive at the airport earlier than usual to accommodate these delays. Roads and highways are also likely to be impacted, especially in areas that see snow and ice. Snow plows will be working tirelessly to clear the roads, but the sheer volume of snow and the persistent icy conditions will make it a challenging task. Drivers should be prepared for slow-moving traffic and potential road closures. Even if roads are plowed and treated, they can still be slippery, so it's important to drive slowly and carefully. Black ice, which is nearly invisible, can cause vehicles to skid unexpectedly. Make sure your car is equipped with winter tires and that you have an emergency kit in your vehicle, including items like blankets, food, and water. Public transportation could also be affected with potential delays or cancellations. Buses and trains may run on modified schedules, and some routes could be suspended altogether. If you rely on public transportation, be sure to check for updates and plan for longer wait times. If you can avoid traveling during this cold snap, it's probably a good idea to stay put. Staying indoors not only keeps you safe from the hazardous conditions, but also helps reduce the strain on emergency services and road crews working to keep everyone safe. But if you must travel, be sure to check road conditions and allow extra time to reach your destination safely. Use apps and websites to stay updated on the latest weather and traffic reports. Pack extra supplies in your car and let someone know your travel plans and estimated arrival time. Your safety is the top priority, so take all necessary precautions to ensure a safe journey. Section 6. The cold endures. An extended deep freeze. Here's the thing about this Arctic blast, folks. It's not going to be over in a day or two. This isn't just a brief cold snap that will pass quickly. This is going to be an extended period of bitter cold, with temperatures expected to remain well below average for much of the country for at least the next week, and likely even longer. The cold air is settling in, and it's here to stay for a while. We're talking about a prolonged deep freeze, the kind that can put a strain on infrastructure and resources. Roads will be icy, and snow will continue to accumulate, making travel hazardous. Power lines may struggle under the weight of ice, leading to potential outages. It's important to be prepared for the long haul, both in terms of staying warm and making sure you have enough supplies on hand. Stock up on essentials like food, water, and medications. Make sure you have enough fuel for heating, whether it's firewood, propane, or another source. This is not the time to let your guard down. The cold can be relentless, and it's crucial to stay vigilant. Keep an eye on weather updates and be ready to adapt to changing conditions. Keep those layers handy, make sure your heating system is working properly, and check on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly or have health conditions. They may need extra help during this extended cold period. Insulate your home as best as you can. Seal any drafts around windows and doors and consider using heavy curtains to keep the warmth in. Wrap your pipes to prevent them from freezing and bursting, which can cause significant damage. If you have space heaters, use them safely and make sure they're not left unattended. Set up an emergency kit with flashlights, batteries, and other essentials in case of a power outage. If you must travel, do so with caution. Keep an emergency kit in your car, including blankets, food, and water. Drive slowly and be prepared for slippery roads and reduced visibility. Community support is vital during times like these. Offer help to those who may be struggling and take advantage of local resources such as warming centers if you need them. Together, we can get through this extended deep freeze. Section 7. Stay safe and warm. We can't stress this enough, folks. This Arctic blast is a serious weather event, and it's important to take precautions to stay safe and warm. The temperatures are expected to plummet to dangerous levels, and the wind chill will make it feel even colder. This kind of weather can be life-threatening if you're not properly prepared. First and foremost, limit your time outdoors. The cold can quickly take a toll on your body, and it's best to stay inside where it's warm. If you must go out, try to keep your trips short, and plan ahead to minimize your exposure to the elements. If you have to go outside, dress in layers, covering as much exposed skin as possible. Layers help to trap heat and keep you warmer. Make sure to wear a hat, gloves, and a scarf to protect your extremities. Waterproof boots and a heavy coat are also essential to keep you dry and insulated. Pay attention to the warning signs of hypothermia and frostbite. Hypothermia can set in quickly, and symptoms include shivering, confusion, and drowsiness. Frostbite can cause numbness and a white or grayish-yellow skin tone. If you notice any of these signs, get indoors and warm up immediately. Make sure your home is properly heated, check that your heating system is working efficiently, and that your home is well insulated. Use weather stripping around doors and windows to keep the cold air out and the warm air in. If you have a fireplace, ensure it's clean and safe to use. Check on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly or have health conditions. They may need extra help during extreme weather. Offer to run errands or help with shoveling snow. A simple check-in can make a big difference in ensuring their safety and well-being. And remember, if you're using space heaters, be sure to use them safely to prevent fires. Keep them away from flammable materials and never leave them unattended. Make sure they have an automatic shut-off feature in case they tip over. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for safe operation. Stay informed about weather updates and heed the advice of local officials. Keep an eye on the forecast and be aware of any changes in the weather. Use reliable sources for information such as local news stations and weather apps. Follow any advisories or warnings issued by authorities. This is a time to be prepared and to look out for one another. Stock up on essential supplies like food, water, and medications. Have an emergency kit ready with blankets, flashlights, and batteries. Work together with your community to ensure everyone stays safe and warm during this severe winter weather. Remember, we're all in this together, and by taking these precautions, we can help each other through this challenging time. Section 8. A time for warmth and togetherness. As we brace for this period of extreme cold, it's important to remember that we're all in this together. This is a time to check on our neighbors, offer help to those in need, and share some warmth and kindness. Gather your loved ones close, make a pot of hot cocoa, and find comfort in each other's company. Let's face this Arctic blast with resilience and compassion, knowing that even in the coldest of times, human connection can warm our hearts. Stay warm, stay safe, and let's get through this together, New York.